While the EU trade deal continues to divide public opinion, politicians raise doubts over the bloc's ability to cope should an agreement ever be reached with Ukraine. Now, let's take a look why. Well, over 20% of Europe's population at this point is at risk of poverty. Bulgaria is one of the EU's most impoverished countries, with nearly half its population living close to the breadline. Romania is not far behind, where 4 out of 10 find it hard to make ends meet. And in bailed out Greece, slightly over 30% of the population struggle to meet financial demands. And about the same percentage in Italy and Spain are under pressure from harsh austerity measures. RT's Egor Piskunov went to a food bank in Rome, where essential provisions are handed out to the city's poorest.
Marco used to work as a pizzaiolo. Many Italians used to call it the golden skill, which would always get you work in Rome. But it didn't hold true for Marco. One day he was sacked and has not been hired since. He's been living on the street for about 4 years now and says at 46 he sees little chance of fixing his life. He asked us not to reveal his identity.
When you live on the street, survival is what takes up most of your time. Simply getting a shower is a challenge. It takes so much time to take care of yourself like a normal person. You reach the end of the day and you're exhausted and depressed.
With the Italian economy going through its longest recession since the Second World War, over 12% of adults are unemployed, while 4 out of 10 young people don't have a job. There are no official figures on the homeless.
We have any type of food that we can get for free from somewhere.
More Italians are beginning to turn to charity and humanitarian aid for help.
2 years ago, we had about 55% were foreigners and 45% Italian. Today, we have about 65% Italian, 35% foreigners. So it has completely reversed.
Everything on these shelves is free, given in exchange for points allocated to low-income families by the global charity network Caritas. Most of the food is near its expiration date, except for specially labeled aid.
It's really similar to an ordinary supermarket. You've got bread, pasta, dairy, meat products, vegetables, and so on. But the one thing which really stands out are these packages with signs saying "not for sale," and this is humanitarian aid from the European Union. And altogether, these products make up around a third of all the stuff here.
Caritas is now raising the alarm, saying around 1/3 of all Italian children are at risk of poverty and are lacking basic essentials such as protein-rich foods, heating, and clothes. Egor Piskunov, RT, Rome.
Europe is experiencing its worst humanitarian crisis for decades, according to a survey by the International Red Cross. Millions of Europeans are unable to afford food or a roof over their heads. The organization's European director told us the number of people having to turn to charity is beyond their worst expectations.
What we have seen since we did our first survey in 2009 and until 2013 is that the crises are really taking root at community level, at individual level and at household level to a different degree. Because people today has used all their savings. There is nothing left. We are seeing a rapid decrease in what we call the middle class people. The British Red Cross, what they are doing right now and what they launched more than a month ago is the biggest food distribution campaign since the Second World War. It is serious, even for the ones of us working in this business on a daily basis. We were shocked when we saw the accumulated data across Europe.